Paul, say something about how you shape your apple trees.
How I shape my apple trees, I want you to look at my height. I'm short. I want you to look at the tops of where my hand is up. If you look at this is where all my trees finish.
I know, you don't need to.
Because you see, as they were growing, I came to the reality, I planted dwarf trees because I will not use a ladder in here. That's a lot of work. And so when I got this tall, I cut to a lateral branch coming out. As the branches come out and develop fruit, which is very heavy with water minerals, they bend down. Weight, gravity works.
So you don't weight them down artificially?
Who has time for that?
I assumed you did that.
Are you kidding? Come out here and hang weights on this?
Figured it out yet?
But if you come here in the late fall and I give you an apple, I put it in your hand drops because it's heavy, full of water and minerals. They're heavy. And people come here, this is the first time in my life I had to bend over to pick it. See, in every orchard trying to prune the trees down, I got to prune my trees up. They're all on the ground because of the weight. So my challenge is just so different with this abundance issue and weight of fruit because it's just so powerful. It's just amazing. And you see, this is, if you look at here, I can reach any spot in this tree with no effort. Everything's accessible. You see, I prune my trees so I can reach everything. See, everybody's inside here. You could not have done that in an orchard. You couldn't walk into the center of a tree. Impossible. But I'm just realizing that, and I want you to get something powerful. When God created us, He made a statement. Let my creation, my children that I made, have dominion over everything I've made. That was His intent. And if you look at these trees in the Spirit, they're all bowing and yielding to my dominion. Look at them. They're saying to you, I'm under authority. I'm in dominion. I'm serving this man. It's huge. It's awesome. And this is how it was made. This is how it's supposed to be. This is normal. And this whole idea of me fighting and being opposed by nature is not natural. It should cooperate. See, now my cherry tree, you can't keep small. You see, that tree's only 18 years old. You know what's interesting? See that cherry tree straight over there, next to my sequoias? That is the same variety as this tree. It's a Royal Land cherry. That tree is 38 years old. 38 years old. It's the same tree. Look at the size difference. This is 18. It's huge. Now, for those of you who haven't had a chance to have asparagus, and for those of you who don't think that they were telling you the truth about those being so good, I want you to come over here and get ready for one amazing experience. This is Purple Passion. There's not a lot, but what it is going to blow you away. And I want you to see the size of this asparagus? This was planted here 2 years ago. 2 years old. Now, some good skeptic, come here. A good skeptic. Start at the base. Watch the water come out. Start at the base and eat it and talk to us. You got to have one of these because.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Now look at everybody. Look at this. Look at the bottom.
I know.
Look at that water. Now eat that base and talk to me.
Oh my.
Where's David?
Oh my goodness.
David, come here.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
Start that base and
So this
check
is
that out.
2 years old?
2 year old. 2 year old.
How can they not open?
What kind is this?
This is called
MC.
Purple Passion.
Also, this is different asparagus.
Isn't that good? I mean, that's a step above the other stuff.
MC, I'll share this thing. Oh, really good.
So have you had now
These for Molly. These folks would like one.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Molly back there, Dan.
Well, I got 2 females that came up, Paul, and I got 2 males that came up from stuff I just planted.
Uh-huh.
So I should just, because they're so small like this, you know, I just don't.
Just
even
let
touch
just let.
don't even touch it.
Who needed that?
Save both.
No, this is.
You know what? People want that.
Karen, you want some? I had some. Well, can a
And
person
now-
dump some asparagus seeds in here?
Dump?
I mean, put asparagus seeds, I'll pass it on. And cover it up with wood chips?
Yeah, you can plant seeds, but if I'll show you all in my field here. I've got
Please do not throw away food because there are so many mouths to feed.
we have more up here.
Sometimes, Paul, do they not come up right away? Because I only got 4 out of, you know,
Out of seed?
no, crown.
No, they should come up.
But they're in a trench.
I don't. When I plant my crowns, I just put them till I just bury them, pass it out, till I just bury them, and then I cover with wood chips.
Yeah,
I don't plant them deep.
bury and cover them with wood chips.
Here's the insanity of planting them deep. The roots are not going to go up. They're going to go down. They know how to do that. I don't have to plant them deep. They're not going. Only going one direction. And all these things we're told to do is so stupid. And so when you think about it, plant the thing deep. Why? What's the point? What's up with it? The roots are going to go down on their own. They know how.
So, if you bought brand new crowns,
I would plant them right at ground level. At the very top of the crown would be the top of where it finishes my ground. No deeper than that. And throw wood chips over it.
They tell you to put them in an 8-inch.
Oh, I know what they tell you.
And put wood chips
Let me tell you about what we're told. When you plant a fruit tree, you're told to dig a huge hole and put in all this nice loam and you know, amendments and stuff. Washington State University did the most interesting test to show the insanity of that method. They had a heavy clay soil like I have here, and they bought 3 apples, all the same size, same apples. They dug 3 holes. The first, they took out all the heavy clay soil and brought in beautiful sandy loam and planted the tree in it. The second one, they took the clay soil and mixed it with peat moss, which is sterile, and all this good amendments, and planted it. The third one, they planted right in the clay soil and put wood chips over it. In 3 years, they dug them up. The first 2 trees didn't grow at all. The one with the wood chip cover thrived. What they found was the ones planted in those 2 holes were dying from root rot because they created a clay pot. The water went through all that fine material, hit that clay where you stopped digging and couldn't get out, and laid in there, and they were in a clay pot of water. So my sense is, why lie to the tree and tell them this is where you're going to live? I got to tell them, this is our soil. This is home. I'm going to put you in it. I'm going to feed you from that, do the best I can, but I'm not going to lie to you. Those roots get out of that fine stuff, hit that hard pan, they're mad. They're mad. This is not what you told me. See, if you put them up front in this hard stuff, they're going to adjust to it and make do. And you create this false environment. It's not healthy. It's not good. And you worked hard to create this failure. I'm just telling you, man, it's insanity.
So Paul, just to repeat, what you're saying is if you got bad ground,
It's bad ground because you took the cover off.
yeah,
And if you put the cover back on, it's not going to be bad anymore.
but when you plant,
You plant right in it at the level it came out, and you cover with wood chips, and you're good.
just build the ground up.
Yeah, support the ground. See, all living soil has a covering supporting it. All dead soil has no covering. You see, all that hard pan you have in your yard was not there originally. If you go in nature, there's a hard pan. That all came about when you took the cover off and the soil died. See, living soil is not compacted. It only compacts when it dies. And you'll see when you come up to my house over there, if you walk back to that ground is compacted clay and rock you can't break with a pick. But you can dig down here to your elbow in what used to be clay and rock, and you're doing it with your hand, and it's soft because this is changing it. It's so simple how it works, and it's profound. It's awesome.
I have to wait a whole season. Like I'm putting in community beds at housing centers, homeless housing this year, and they've got somebody who's going to build the square boxes.
Don't. Because if you do, you're going to water like crazy, and you're going to have nothing. So what you do is you put wood chips on the ground and start planting in it.
And right this year, just stick
Yeah, here's what you do. You put the wood chips on the ground, you come back in a few weeks, and you'll find the ground is now getting soft and damp. When you plant seeds, you're only planting 1/4 inch deep at the most.
right.
And when the seeds come up, you put the wood chips back around the ground, and you're good. And next year, you'll find you won't have to go as far, and the ground's getting softer. And every year, it just upgrades. And in the fall, which is when the crater does, put a covering back over. It's so easy, so simple. Here's the genius of the covering. I want you to hear me. And this is the insanity of the lies we're told. When do farmers fertilize? Spring. Which is stupid. Because when do they plant? In spring. And it takes time for fertilizer to get to root level. You know the Creator fertilizes? Every fall. And then he uses the rain and snow to go through that material that's composting to build the soil with compost tea for next spring's growth. And he uses gravity to do all the work. When you start checking in with this Creator, how he does stuff, it's genius. It's like, wow. You see, people now are buying compost tea. It's a rage in agriculture. It's the finest fertilizer there is. And people are paying for it. And they water their farms with it. Second or third watering, it's all diluted and gone. Got to do it again. When you put this material on the ground, every time it rains or snows or you water, you get a compost tea release that's constantly 24/7, 365 days a day, a year, building your soil. All for free and gravity doing the work. It's just so huge, so simple. And it costs nothing. It's all free. Everything you're standing on was created in nature for free and is renewable. Unlimited. Are you getting it? And all that toxic trash you buy is expensive and toxic and very limited. And you with an intelligent mind are doing that. It just shows you the power of influence because it's just stupid.